So now I got my Bloody Butcher field corn, and we grow this Bloody Butcher to make grits and cornmeal. It's a nice red corn. Well, this year I got a hold of me some Jimmy Red also. And Jimmy Red is a more rare red corn, and I'm gonna plant two different spots of it, and I'm gonna compare the two to see which one I like the best. I've grown the Bloody Butcher before. It's a nice corn. We try to get about 6-inch spacings on our field corn, and I planted it, and the crows got into my corn. And when they do, they'll burrow down and get that seed out of the soil, and you'll see a little spot where they burrow down there, and once they find it, they'll just go down the road and they'll get your corn out of there. So my corn's a little uneven where I had to come back and plant my skips, and them crows really burn me up when they get in my corn. So I'm gonna throw some nitrogen to it today and try to get it pumped back up and get it going. When a corn gets up about 12 inches, that's when we like to hill it, or as we say in the South, throw some dirt to it. There's several reasons for that. One of them is weed control. One of them is to prop the corn up so that when we do get a windstorm, it don't blow over. And the third one is to create more brace roots down here at the bottom. Now, we don't use any herbicide on our corn, and all these small weeds that's coming up in a row here could be a problem. We'd have to come here and try to weed them out by hand. Instead of doing that, we just take the wheel hoe, go through there, take the soil, throw on top of them, and smother them out. One pass takes care of all my weeds. Now, when we hill this corn, we'll throw soil up about right there, and that'll help keep this plant from suckering out down at the bottom, which we don't want. Also, to make this plant stronger, because when we throw soil up there, roots will come out from all in here, and this plant will be a lot stronger. So when we do get that windstorm, it's going to help it from blowing over. Now, I'm going to side dress my corn with Chilean Nitrate. And what this is Chilean sodium nitrate. The old timers back in the day called it bulldog soda, but it is a natural form of nitrogen. And this particular one is 1600, and this is a soluble nitrogen. When you put down and the water gets to it, boom, it's going to hit it quick. Now, when I get ready to hill, I like to put my Chilean Nitrate right next to my plant, so my furrows on my wheel hoe will throw that Chilean Nitrate right there on top of that plant when we're hilling our corn. When I lay my Chilean Nitrate out, I kind of lay it away from the plant. The last thing you want to do is get it down in the bud, because you're going to get some burn there. So you want to lay it out like this right here, take your wheel hoe, push it in. That way you got it where the roots are. Now, this corn has got a larger root system than you think it does. That's one reason you want to be really careful with deep tillage right next to that corn, because you don't want to disturb those root systems. So when I run my wheel hoe through here last night, I kind of stayed away from real close to my corn plant, and I'm going to take my furrows and throw it up, but that way I have minimum soil disruption with my corn. We got our double wheel hoe set up so that we can hill the corn. We got 7.5-inch clearance here, and we got about 5 inches clearance here, and we got it set up, our plow set up so we can hill. But we're a little bit limited about being able to hill the corn when it gets to this stage right here. The corn will still slip underneath that fine, but we're a little limited about how far of a distance we got on our furrows there. But we got more options now, being as we came out with our High Arch Wheel Hoe. With our High Arch Wheel Hoe, we got a lot more clearance. We got 15 inches right here. So we got a lot more room to hill our corn. We actually have got enough room to come back here and lay it by one more time. Also, we got a lot more different clearances on our furrows there. So we could take these furrows, we got them in the position now that's all the way out. If we don't like that after we run through there, we can come back in, and we got adjustment here so we can move them in. And we also got adjustment up here on the U-bar so we can move it in. So we got a lot of different adjustments there we can play with the furrows when we start hilling corn with the High Arch Wheel Hoe. Alright, see, I went through there and threw the soil to it, healed my corn up, got my fertilizer close in there, got my weeds covered up, smothered out, and don't that look a lot better. Now this corn's in the stage right now, this is fixing to take off and go. You can almost come out here late in the afternoon, you can hear it grow. As soon as this corn gets up a little bit higher, it's going to have a shade canopy on it and your weed pressure is going to go down a lot. You're not going to have near the amount of weeds once the corn gets up. But right now is a very crucial stage to get that fertilizer to it and get those weeds took care of while you can. This here is a 20 by 40 plot of bloody bush corn. Now folks, if you look after it right and you do all the right things, there's a lot of grits and a lot of cornbread in this small area of plot of corn, and you can get a lot of bounty for your work. Now if you think you need one of these High Arch Wheel Hoes, look below in the description, you can see the link where you can get one. It's a nice pretty day out here today, folks. Get off that couch and get out there and get something done.